In the electric heart of Seoul, under a sea of neon lights and a roaring crowd that thumped like a giant drumbeat, FC Barcelona danced their way to an emphatic 7-3 win over FC Seoul. It was a night that felt less like a friendly and more like a spectacle, a stage for stars and a reminder of Barca's rich footballing rhythm on their pre-season tour of Asia. The opening whistle had barely echoed across the stadium when Robert Lewandowski, always the predator in the box, slotted the first goal past the Seoul keeper. His finish was ice cold, the kind of clinical strike that sends a message. The Catalan giants were not here to cruise. Moments later, the spotlight shifted to the dazzling Lamine Yamal, the teenage sensation with feet like silk and instincts like fire. His goal doubled the tally, causing the stadium to gasp and erupt all at once. But the drama was just beginning. Seoul, fueled by pride and perhaps a bit of adrenaline from the home crowd, bit back, not once but twice. With each equaliser, the tension in the air crackled, as if the football gods were reminding Barcelona that showboating in Asia comes with its risks. Yet just before the halftime curtain dropped, Lamine Yamal danced once more. With a flick, a surge and a goal, he restored the lead for Barca, proving that brilliance doesn't always wait for age. Then came the second act. With a completely revamped lineup after the break, a decision that raised some eyebrows, Hansi Flick unleashed a new wave of energy, and that's when Barcelona morphed into something unstoppable. Andreas Christensen surged forward like a wave, catching the defence off guard and netting the fourth. It wasn't just a goal, it was a signal. The floodgates were about to open. Ferran Torres, often the quiet storm, roared into action. He struck once, then again, sandwiching a goal by the ever-passionate Gavi. Ferran's finishes had the precision of a painter's final brushstroke, neat, assured and expressive. But it was Gavi who truly stole the scene, not just with his goal, but with the symbolic weight of the armband wrapped around his arm. After the final whistle echoed through the Seoul sky, fans still buzzing in their seats, Barcelona's manager Hansi Flick stepped forward to dissect the performance. Standing tall, with the look of a strategist who saw both flaws and flashes of genius, Flick praised his players, but did not ignore their mid-game lull. The first half had a good start, he admitted, then we were a bit lazy. It was a refreshingly honest confession in a world often clouded by spin, but Flick's tone quickly shifted to pride. We came back to a great level. In the second half too, with Gavi, Ferran, Marcus, even Gerard Martin, who played in an unusual role, that mention of Gavi wasn't casual. There was weight in Flick's voice when he spoke of the midfielder who had captained the team with surprising maturity. We saw him at the end of last season, and he was at a very good level, Flick reflected. Here, what I've seen from Gavi is exactly what I want to see, pushing the team, wearing the armband. It's good to see him like that. It was more than praise, it was a vision. Flick sees in Gavi not just a young talent, but a future cornerstone. And in case fans were wondering about his tactical deployment, the coach clarified Gavi can play in both positions, 6 or 8. No fixed label, no limits, only potential. But what of the others? What about the players who didn't touch the grass that night? Flick, never one to leave stones unturned, addressed the rotational choices. Each player had 45 minutes, he said matter-of-factly. It was more important to take care of Eric and Inigo, who had problems. It was a subtle nod to squad management, knowing when to push and when to protect. At the same time, the game wasn't just about the veterans. Fresh blood made its way onto the pitch. Young Gil and Tony Fernandes took their first steps into Barcelona's pre-season spotlight. For those youngsters, it wasn't just a debut. It was a dream with boots on. In the end, despite the 3 goals conceded, a minor blemish on an otherwise glossy performance, Hansi Flick was content. I'm very happy, he said, a soft smile breaking across his face, and why wouldn't he be? Barcelona weren't just scoring goals, they were telling stories, revealing characters, testing combinations, and offering fans a glimpse into a future that gleams with promise. If Seoul was a test, then Barca didn't just pass, they performed. But the tour is far from over. So the question hangs in the air like a suspenseful pause before the next act. What magic will they unleash next?